Hello from Vancouver, BC. It's been a long time since I've done any of these videos, so I'm super excited to share some tips about circular breathing and how to make the transition sound smooth, or at least how to think about the transition. Also, I just wanted to mention that Skype lessons are now a very real possibility. So if you're looking to get some tips on your playing, ways to expand what you're doing, rhythms, addressing trouble areas, let me know in the comments or send me a message directly and we can set that up. So the question coming up lately is how to deal with the transition when you go to take a breath. When you go to take a breath, there are a few things that are happening that can affect the sound in that moment that you're breathing in. Your throat has to close so that you trap air in your mouth. And then you push air from your mouth in a few different ways. Cheeks, tongue, jaw, and there are others like diaphragm. So some of those options, if I emphasize them, sound like this. So that was cheeks, jaw, tongue. Those create a push of air, and during that push of air out into the didge, I can take a breath in. Now most of the time you're not pushing air like that when you're playing. You're actually just breathing gently. If you create a push of air, you'll get a similar effect without circular breathing. So this is just straight blowing and a push of air from the diaphragm. Compare that to a push with the cheeks while circular breathing. It's not the exact same sound, but in both, you get increased air pressure that makes the sound flex a little bit. In some cases, you want this to happen. So in the example of a wobble, you actually go for that effect and you repeat it to create a rhythm. You want that sound to actually be emphasized. But sometimes you want a drone to be smoother, and so you actually want to reduce that push sound and try to get it to be a bit cleaner. I used to think it was near impossible. I still think it's actually quite difficult, but there are a few things you can think about when working toward achieving it. The first is to minimize how much effort you're putting into the circular breathing push. So for example, if I use my cheeks, I need to be really sensitive to how much pressure I use to push the air out the didge while taking that breath. You want the breath to be really gentle and the push to be gentle. There's still a slight change in sound and you can't get around it because the sound is affected by the shape of your mouth, just like you can create different harmonics with your tongue. When you open and close your throat, you're already changing the structure from inside, and that affects what the sound will actually come out as. So even if I'm not pushing that much with my cheeks, I'm still changing this shape, and that's going to change the sound slightly. But back off the pressure and energy and it will reduce it. There's actually a very gentle wave happening where I fill with air, close the throat, then push the cheeks, then keep playing again, rather than close throat, push cheeks all at the same time. Similarly with the tongue or the jaw, you can make more gentle pressure. To minimize the intensity of the breath, make sure you're not breathing really intensely. If your nostrils are sucking in, you're breathing too hard. If you can hear your breathing, it's probably too hard. It needs to be quick, gentle, really light sniffs of air from your diaphragm if possible, so that you're not actually disrupting the flow of your playing and adding that extra sound of the breathing. So I hope those ideas help. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you want clarification. As always, I'm here to help and teach, to meet on Skype if that's something you're interested in. Have fun playing. Thanks for watching.